Thank you for taking the time to look at Ezeequote for steel fabrication. This is an overview of how it all works and comes together. Now, there are individual video demonstrations for all the worksheets, categories, products and services. It is a series of over 40 worksheets that are all linked and integrated to come together in a summary to get a cost for the quote. Then it goes through for a draft quotation and culminates in a confirmation of quotation that can be submitted to the client. These spreadsheets in Excel are usually accessed through here in this menu bar. We won't need that anymore. Each worksheet is accessed through these pictures. By pressing on these pictures, it takes you to the worksheets and places on those worksheets that are frequently visited. On each worksheet there is a logo here which takes you to the summary sheet, which culminates all the prices, and you can see on one sheet each individual activity culminating in the total price. Just to move around, I'll show you a quick idea. It takes us to the bottom of this menu, takes us home. We can scroll down using the mouse, go home. First place we'll go is the summary sheet. This gives you at all times the current net value of the job, margin, total price, and at the end of the quote you can put in a sell price. We've completed this quote, and if you'd like to look at each individual video, you can see how this is built up. Here we have a job total of tonnes, and it always gives you the price per tonne net and a price per tonne of sell price. Go to the top of that page and I'll show you here a quick page view of it. Everything's on one page. All the categories, products and services, they're all color coded into blocks or lines, and the price, when it comes forward, completes that line or block. Anything that's not having a value is white and doesn't contain any figures. And also over here shows you that they're excluded. So looking at the top of this page again, you can see how the steel totals, all the information is relative in this block, and the price is here. Going down to the end of this page again, when your quote has been finalised, we can then go to the draft quotation. These conditions, inclusions, exclusions are all brought forward automatically, which then provides this document you can submit to supervisors, managers, owners for review. If you then need to provide a quotation to the client, This also has the facility to do that. Here is the quotation that's ready to submit to the client. This can be individually tailored to suit each company for submission to your clients. All these notes and conditions, prices, they can all be varied on this page, whether you need to include them or delete them. In preparing a quote, the first one we're going to look at is the quantity and takeoff. Here, it's quite a complex looking spreadsheet, but just as an explanation, this area has a series of spreadsheets that you need to look at frequently, so the shortcuts are there. This area has instructions helping you to go to the next stage of data entry. This area is a report on the labour activity. Here is a report on the tonnage and price. Individual breakup of site labour and workshop labour. Firstly, we'll look over here. On every sheet, it's all colour coded. Yellow and green cells can be accessed to enter data. Orange cells are drop-down menus. Cells that are accessible usually have a little box telling you how to carry out the activities required for that box. The escape key gets rid of those. The products listed in this drop-down menu can be found in there, but an easy way to move around and get products is by using this list of pre-listed products. By pressing the picture, it takes you to those items. Scroll down. They can be copy and pasted back into this cell. The first thing then is to enter your product item, and create a list of the quantity of steel from your drawing. I'll delete that quantity just to show you how that can be entered, and the instruction comes up here and at the top of the page. So we've created a list of items and lengths. Now we need to create a value. By pressing that arrow, we create the value and it calculates the tonnage and the price. Then we need to work out what lengths of steel we need to purchase or allow to purchase to cover that steel. This one's very simple. Down here it tells you what lengths are available. We would use a 12 metre length. In this spreadsheet there are many errors and omissions that are picked up when you make mistakes or leave things out. I'll show you a brief demonstration of this one. If we were to say we needed a 10.5 metre length, it's automatically telling us that we have an error. And see the quantities sheet. Here's the quantities sheet. It's telling us that the lengths required are less than the takeoff quantity. And we find that by looking here. It is the C2 on grid Y1, 90B5, SHS. Return, it is the C2. Labour can be entered as a block figure for the items, or there are activities that are listed with preset rates that can be changed. And the quantity of metres is entered there and it calculates the amount of hours. At any time it's telling you the hours per tonne for those items and the total quantity of labour. These activity sheets are for workshop and site labour. These rates are pre-entered to suit each company, but they can be changed at any time. This job has also been linked to the PlanSwift spreadsheets that recorded the quantity from the drawings. We can quickly go to those sheets. Here where they were copied and pasted, it's very quickly given as a total tonnage and a cost for the whole job. There are other facilities in here to help work out the nesting and cutting schedules, which I'll show you later. The labour once again can be entered in a various different ways. They can be overridden by hours per tonne. This one has a little message telling us that we've overridden the labour from the summary page. Labour is here. We'll take that out. Now it's come back to 25 hours per tonne. Take that out and it's just calculating the individual items. At any stage it's telling you the items that are not entered with the labour. For when you're stopping and starting quotes, it's always difficult to remember what's been included. So this gives you a little reminder here that these are not included. Put the hours back in. steel has been calculated and the lengths that are required to cut the steel from have been listed here. There is a table which gives you a quick tonnage and metre rate. However, there are a few sheets that can give you current lists of lengths that you can send to your suppliers to get pricing. And when these prices are entered, it overrides any previous amounts that have been entered. The pricing of the steel can be varied with discounts and individual quoted lengths, which can be entered on this sheet or back on the labour sheet, where these have been previously entered on this location here. There are some individual sheets give you a summary of the labour and statistical information. And a more detailed report. Purlins and girts, quantities have been entered, prices are all preset, can be varied with discounts or a quoted price which has been entered here. That quoted price has come forward to this sheet and it's telling you that you have a quoted price. All these sheets work in a very similar way, and you can look at the individual video demonstrations for all these sheets. Steel installation and erection of framework can be done on ton rates or individual entries based on quantities, tonnage, hours, workers. Surface treatment covers various ways of pricing for painted steel, powder coated, untreated, galvanized, or a combination of all the treatments. Quoted prices can be entered, ton rates, workshop drawings can be entered based on hours, ton rates or quoted prices. Transport has preset rates for the different types of vehicles. There are destinations preset. Based on those you calculate the hours, or you can have a quoted price that overrides everything. Additional items cover miscellaneous things that need to be added. It's a very simple spreadsheet, quantity and price. There's also facility to put in extra steel, not of a standard product size, and different metals, brass, aluminium, stainless steel. Once again, we see the finished product on the draft form. Going to a quotation ready for the client. Thank you for watching. There are many more features of this spreadsheet, and you can view each one on an individual video demonstration.